Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Greetings, my HBCU family, Tiger Nation. Hail, hail to thee. Y'all, I gotta stop missing these Tuesday and Thursday lives. Goodness gracious. We done piled up so much stuff just in a week's time. So much stuff has happened. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please hit the like button. And if you have not already, subscribe. My assistant that I utilized to set up my podcast, he fell asleep. So that's why I wasn't on time, because he fell asleep. He's supposed to be setting up the podcast today. And so I wasn't on time because of that. And because I was just being lazy, lackadaisical. See, I don't even have all the stuff together. All right, there we go. Happy belated Juneteenth. Tonight, we are going to have a powerful episode. Hopefully, Mr. Ford will come on tonight. We're going to honor Juneteenth, talk about some of the history in the community, and the latest news around the SWAC and HBCU world. Topics tonight, and you guys, this is a free-flowing type of show. So if I missed something, just put it in the chat, and hopefully I'll see it. So today we have the Juneteenth Reflections. Of course, the SWAC Conference announced that the member institutions are opting into the NCAA House Settlement. So we'll break down what that could look like in terms of scholarship, NIL funding, and long-term impacts on the conference. The Billboards dropped their top 10 R&B artists of all time. And I want to know if you guys agree with that list. We'll be talking about Jackson State community outreach. I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, it says it's on. Black history will not be cut, not on our watch. Hey, Miss Natasha, I missed you too. I couldn't get it together on Thursday, y'all. I just couldn't. I couldn't get it together. I couldn't get it together Tuesday either. I was just like, you know what? So we're gonna pack it all into one Saturday night live. What y'all drinking on? My drink of choice tonight is lemonade. Lemonade. Yep. Making lemonade out of lemons. Also, Tennessee State. We're going to talk about the $96 million in state funding. We will briefly talk about Make America Great Again, Marva. She was approved. And so she's the new president of FAMU. Talk a little bit about Lake Lanier. And then we're going to talk about the new topic of choice, which of course is interesting. Yard Talk HBCU. Somebody tagged me in one of her posts, and it basically talked about the amount of revenue that the SWAC Conference gets versus the MEAC. And I expanded it a little bit to include the CAA and the OVC. And then a couple of other people chimed in, and Dre expanded it to a couple of other conferences in the FCS. And so that's going to be a really interesting topic, because it looks like SWAC been getting that money, okay? SWAC been getting the money. We might be up there with some of the lower tier FBS conferences. I'm keeping it a buck with you in terms of the amount of funding that we receive. Ain't God good? Ain't God good? God is good. I'll wait till I see the ending part of that in the chat. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Hey, Miss Whitley. Happy SWAC Saturday. Good evening, Chris. Hey, Freddie. All right. So as you guys know, I'm going to start off the show with something non-related, non-HBCU related. Listen, there is a new movie coming out, and it's with Brad Pitt in it, Idris Elba, Javier Bardem, but I think they should go ahead and add Shaddur Sanders in there. That's right. F1, the movie, they need to go ahead, and if I were them, I would use Shaddur Sanders to promote the movie. I would be on the line. Like, hey, what's up? Go ahead and get a commercial out the way. And so, as you guys know, Shaddur has been driving in Ohio like he's in Texas. Oh, God. Okay, so let me finish the funny stuff, and then we'll get on the other stuff that I just saw. Like, dear God, why? Why is this happening right now? So we're going to do the funny first. Okay? All right. So, Shaddur Sanders. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If you from Texas, correct me if I'm wrong. But in Texas, I want to say the speed limit is 70 or 75, something crazy like that. And the reason why I say that is because I went to Dallas to visit. I used to work at the hair studio, and Miss Danielle had moved to Dallas, which she was part owner of the JSU hair salon when I was there. So I went to It was a long time ago. But I went to Dallas and I had to rent a car. Baby, when I got into the car, oh my God, you had to go fast. Fast. They drive really, really fast in Texas. Yes, 75 miles per hour. That's what it says on the signs. 75. Now, in Charlotte, it's like 60. So if you're 60, then you're going to go 70, 75. So you could understand, it starts at 75 in Texas. Now, listen, I'm not making an excuse. I'm not. I've gotten tickets myself. I was on 485 in Charlotte, and I think they clocked me at like 92, 93, but I was trying to get somewhere before somebody left. I had to go get something, and they were ready to leave and go to the airport. And so I was speeding, and they pulled me over. So I say that to say I've never heard of Shaddur getting tickets in Mississippi, or maybe we just don't care. I've never heard of folks of him getting speeding tickets in Colorado. And once again, maybe they were his golden goose, so they just let shit ride, right? But baby, 2 speeding tickets in 2 weeks. Go ahead and call him up to promote for the F1 movie starring Shaddur Sanders. The wheel shakes when you hit triple digits, not an excuse. Ed, hush. Ed is a Cleveland Brown hater. People in Charlotte had me and my... Okay, so here's what I'll say. When I was in the grand scheme of things, so I'm from a really small town in Missouri, and I learned my first time learning how to drive was in college. I really didn't know how to drive, so I learned how to drive in college. Jackson was a good, starting ground for learning how to drive. Then when I moved to Charlotte, I do not go, and I probably till this day, I will not be out unless I'm like in that local area, not out from 4 o'clock. No, from like 3:30 to 6:30 or 7. From around that time, 3:30 to 7, we're not going outside. Not to go from one end of Charlotte to the other. You're going to get stuck in traffic. This is what I'm saying. You need a driver, young man. But this is the thing. He was racing a young lady who they've let her remain anonymous. Now, I know that they probably might release it, or they might just let it fall to the wayside. Which is, there was a young lady in the most latest one that I guess they were playing a game speeding. Ohio don't care about you being the fifth round quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. They don't care. And he wasn't in I don't think he was in Cleveland. He was like in one of those outskirts suburbs riding around. But I don't know what the status is on his daddy, because I know his daddy would be getting in his ass like, boy, you know better. Stop. Stop. 75 and 85, they drive fast in Texas. I was like, damn, I'm having to truck it. And I said, okay, I'm not living in Texas because y'all be driving way too fast for me. But anyway, he got some tickets. They try to say that he had a failure to appear, but that arraignment, or was if he was going to basically, if he was going to contest the ticket, then that was where he would have needed to show up. But I'm trying to figure out, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to figure out what courthouse schedules you less than a week and a half later. It was, I want to say he got the ticket on the 5th of June, and they scheduled him like the 10th for court. up? Why are you guys scheduling it? Because I know when I had got my traffic ticket, I had got it in like September, October. No, it had to be September. It was in September because we were going to the Orange Blossom Classic. That's when me and my friend, we took our boys down there with us, and I took my aunt to Miami. And my court date wasn't until December. I missed my court date. It took about a year for them to notice that it was missing. It was a whole year before they even noticed that I missed the court date. Damn near a year and a half. I thought they dismissed it. But anyway, a lawyer costs like $200 to get it dismissed. But them small towns not playing with Shaddur. He's got to definitely, as the old saying goes, you have to be work twice as hard and be twice as good. And they're looking for any little thing. I do think that 2 tickets in less than 2 weeks is a little egregious. He need to stop playing at all. Please stop playing with folks. Like, what are we doing here? It was a very small town, because I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what small ass, like, what town has you scheduled less than a week and a half later? You got to go to court, and you have to have it paid. He needs to have it paid by Wednesday, or else they'll try to suspend his license. They'll reach out to Mississippi. So, and one of the things that probably lit up their eyes is the fact that he's driving with Colorado plates, because the other young lady was speeding too. I think he said that that young lady was going 92, so they were racing. So yeah, so there's that. So Shaddur, go ahead and get you a driver. And where is your administrative assistant? I know you're used to, like, maybe your dad handling the affairs as far as, or your dad's team handling it, but maybe it's time for you to hire an administrative assistant. Oh, it says it might be a small city police town. They have court every Tuesday. Let me see if I can find it so I can ask Whitley. I got it in here. I was like, what? This is ridiculous. Why is this like that? I was in shock. Like, why is he getting a ticket that quick? And then why did he get another one? So I'm going to find that particular post, because they told me where he got his ticket at. And I was like, oh, it's like a really small town. I said, oh, this must be like the suburbs, because it wasn't in, and please don't get me to try to pronounce the Cleveland one. And them folks was getting in on me. Let me see. Because I was like, why are they asking for his social security number? I want to find it. But anyway, next up, we're going to have a cornbread talk. It's just something that was on the internet. It was funny. I guess they're going cornbread for cornbread. Okay, I don't even know what this is, but I'm not interested in this type of cornbread. And be quiet. No, he was not. He was in Medina. Medina of all places. There are 0 Black people there. Shaddur, stay out of Medina. Stay out of Medina, Please and thank you. All right. Here's the cornbread. It says, I pass through Cleveland all the time. Those local police be out there. They ain't got nothing else to do but sit there and write tickets. All right. So this is cornbread French toast, lemon blueberry compote. What do y'all think about that? So it's just basically a whole bunch of pictures of different cornbread. I wish I would have known. I fixed Braxton cornbread yesterday. Cornbread cake, to be exact. Okay, this person is doing way too much. This is hot honey cornbread cupcakes with mashed potatoes topped with chicken infused with hot sauce and ranch. What? Okay, so my only concern is the food is now if it's hot, oh yeah, sign me up. If it's hot. If the chicken is hot, the mashed potatoes, sign me up. But if the food's not, how do you keep all of that hot? Like, how is that gonna work? Yeah, I'm a pass on it just because I don't feel like you would be able to keep everything hot. And for me, I love hot food. I feel like if you tried to warm it up, the mashed potatoes would be melting down the side. Yeah. And here's another one. Dre said on there, I think that they should that it should have some cracks in it. And I agree. What is that? There's no cracks. It don't look like it's cooked on the inside if there's not any cracks on it. There's no cracks on the bread. Somebody said it was AI. Let's see what other type of cornbread they have. Okay. Did somebody say cornbread off? I'm bringing my scratch-made buttermilk cornbread, cheddar cornbread, honey and brown butter cornbread, and jalapeno cheddar cornbread. No Jiffy or box mixes. Okay. And as you can see, ooh, that do look good. It looks good. Folks be bragging about box cornbread. It's literally just the cornmeal. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm interested in that jalapeno cheddar cornbread. That looks good. Peachy King cornbread French toast. That sounds good. That sounds delish. Delish. It is well with my soul. Crawfish cornbread. I'm going to say that must be like a certain type of cornbread, and then they covered it in crawfish. Brianna, we got to get through all the nice stuff first. I just now saw it. So whenever the announcement was made about Donald Trump attacking Iran, I need to be running. I was in there putting my hair in a ponytail and doing my makeup. So I missed the initial announcement, right? Medina's south of Cleveland off of I-71. Yeah, tell Shaddur need to sit his ass down. Good evening. We talking about cornbread. Yes, Mr. Haynes. We're starting off the show. Iran. We're starting off the show looking at some cornbread. Oh my God. I know this is honey. I know this is sweet potato cornbread. I'm not gonna. Okay, so I sometimes I work there at my aunt or Braxton's aunt's restaurant, which is called Harbor One. Oh my God, they have this sweet potato cornbread, and then she drizzles the yam sauce on top of it. I had to stop working there because I was gaining too much weight. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. That sweet potato cornbread is so good. Oh my God. I've never heard of peach cornbread. Look. See, this is why. Yeah. All right. So those are our two topics. I want to say, let me look at my bookmarks, y'all. Non-HBCU related. Why, yes. Yeah. Oh, wait, I have another one. Y'all comment in the chat. So Billboard just dropped their list of the top 10 best R&B artists of all time. This is of all time. Of all time. Peach cornbread, I made it with some baked chicken. Ooh. Okay, so what kind of peaches are you guys using? Are you using the Lucky Leaf canned peaches for, like, how does that even work? Are you blending the peaches in there and put it in there? I don't know. All right. So this is the top 10 R&B. At number 1, they have Stevie Wonder. Number 2, they have Aretha Franklin. And I ain't even got there yet, and you being messy. Number 3 is Michael Jackson. Number 4 is Beyonce. Hey, Jay. Jay was out in the field today getting some footage. 5 is Whitney Houston. I can't believe they got Whitney at 5. Oh, Whitney agrees. 6 is James Brown. 7 is Prince. 8 is Mariah Carey. Hey, Miss Mary. 9 is R. Kelly. I don't know. Do you get taken off a list due to your personal issues? Do you get taken off a list? We're going to have to discuss that on another day. Marvin Gaye, number 10. I don't know. I feel like folks said Mariah Carey's a little bit too high. Where is Luther Vandross? No way R. Kelly's behind Mariah. Ooh. I think he got knocked down a couple of notches because of his behavior. Why are y'all doing Mariah like that? Ooh, y'all are messy. Ooh, okay, so we taking Mariah Carey off the list. Who y'all replacing Mariah Carey with? I think you have to really kind of do these things like by decades. How are you just going to, I don't know. Do Beyonce get whispered in the same room as a Michael Jackson or Aretha Franklin? Not too much on the Songbird Supreme. All right, so I think we're going to take a vote on this to see who is missing. So I need 3 other artists. Mary says Anita Baker. So I'm going to have Anita Baker, Luther Vandross, and a little Anita. Give me 2 other artists. Which artist should replace? That's mean. I love Mariah. I ain't gonna lie. That Usher. Yeah, Usher is good. All right, one more. Oh, Patti LaBelle. Okay, so we're gonna start the poll. Which artist should replace Mariah Carey? That's not. Is it mean if it's true that Mariah does not deserve to be up there? Jeffrey Osborne, Freddie Jackson, Regina Bell. Don't y'all let Mr. Ford see all those names. He will be asking me to play a song. And please. Is Michael Jackson considered an R&B artist with him being the king of pop? We talking about of all time. Okay, it was, so it wasn't just me. I was like, wait a minute, who? Mr. Ford will have you doing quiet stuff. Yeah, like, don't let Mr. Ford see this list, because Mr. Ford will be like, hey, go ahead and play something for me. Mr. Ford, this live is monetized at this point. We are on the road for monetization. So Mickey Howard. So this is the top 10. I just thought it was interesting. I'm glad that some folks said it without me having to say it, because I didn't want to be shady and be like, Mariah Carey, what are we doing here? I love Butterfly, and I love a lot of her music, but the greatest of all time? All right. So a couple of things today. The Jackson State women's basketball Tigers had their camp, and they also had a 2025 women's clinic. Did y'all go outside? I heard it was hot. It was hot today in Jackson, Mississippi. Hot. Very hot. How you gonna bomb somebody and then say now is the time for peace? Okay, so now I'm gonna share this. Teddy Pendergrass. I would take Tina Marie over Mariah. She's got 19 number 1 hits, 18 self-penned, and in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Mariah Carey stays. Okay, Jay. Okay. Sadie or Sade, Smokey Bill, Marcus Thompson's hit single, I Won't Complain. We got to consider the full catalog. I could name quite a few. How old was I? 13, 14? Talking about, I'll give my all to have just one more night with you. I love Mariah Carey. But greatest of all time? Some people on the list are definitely pop. I was getting ready to say Beyonce's more like a pop. Beyonce and Michael Jackson are more like the pop era. We roasted at the vet today. And y'all will see, these are diehard fans. Diehard. I went to the farmer's market with Braxton today. I think we were outside maybe a good 10, 15 minutes. Nope. Let's go in the library. Dre, Mariah Carey has a whole bunch of other songs. All right, so this is a breaking news announcement. On a more serious note, Donald Trump says, we have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs were dropped on the primary site, Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So you, with your dumb ass, went and dropped bombs on Iran, and then you're calling for peace? Is this a joke? Allegedly, they dropped bombs. He think them people are going to be like, okay, we cool. No, those are the type of folks that be like, come get it back in blood. This is not good, because you're going to see xenophobia. You're going to see a lot of that going on now. Anybody of Arab descent, they're going to be looking at them sideways in America. It's not a good time. So I guess I don't really know what to say, because I'm kind of like, is this man serious? I mean, Obama had us in war too, but he was real respectful with it. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Obama was getting it done. He's like, oh yeah, we just killed Osama bin Laden. Like, he was doing some stuff too, but I'm guessing it was more respectable in the way he was doing it. In this particular case, it was like Israel did a preemptive strike against Iran, and then they struck back, and then. So I have a question. Okay, so these nuclear sites, when they're dropping bombs on nuclear sites or nuclear reactors, doesn't that make them have like a nuclear overload, or any nuclear bombs that they had could possibly explode? Like, I'm not understanding how this is going to work out. Interesting enough, I don't really know how that's going to work out. But I do have an announcement to make. You know what? This could be a good thing, maybe, because it looks like we're getting ready to go to World War III. So unless you want to go to World War III, then, you know, for me, I'm guessing it's a way out if I'm there. Okay, so Donald Trump basically banned the waiver that they have on, there's like a shaving waiver that folks have in the Marines. And it affects Black men more so than any other race. And that's just because of the hair follicles, because, you know, our facial men's facial hair is like a little bit more curlier. And so when they shave, it curls back into your skin and it causes like razor bumps. So Donald Trump just banned the waiver, which to me is kind of stupid. If you're getting ready to go to World War III, you're letting folks go who, by all accounts, they're passing all of their physical. They just have razor bumps. I've seen reports that Iranians moved the uranium from the sites before the U.S. bombed them. Okay, that's good, because I was just like, what the hell is going on? Okay. Marines and airmen with pseudofocal, I do not know how to, pseudofocalitis. I think that's how you say it. Folliculitis, pseudofolliculitis barbae, the skin condition more commonly known as razor bumps. Well, just call it razor bumps. Could be expelled from the service if the condition persists. Air Force veteran Ed Anderson can't recall any time past puberty when he didn't get razor bumps after shaving his face. His coarse facial hair would often cause painful inflammation and itchy bumps as it grew back. He remembers requesting a shaving waiver when he entered in the service in 1975, allowing him to bypass the military's requirement for men to be clean shaven. For him and other Black airmen, the waiver became a symbol of unity. It was seen as an identity of solidarity with other Black GIs having the shaving waiver. So the military as a whole began issuing these waivers in the 1970s. And trust and believe, Trump really doesn't know anything about waivers or anything. This is clearly project, the project people implementing bit by bit how they want the military to look. But I don't know. If we're getting ready to go to World War III and you want to kick me out because I got some razor bumps, okay, that's fine. So they began issuing the waivers, with the Navy taking the strongest approach in 1970 to allow the elective wearing of beards to address medical conditions. But the policies of different branches have changed multiple times since then. So this is a new U.S. Marine Corps grooming policy that affects people with curly or coarse hair, is drawing ire from critics who say it targets Black men. So the guidance issued in March states that the diagnosis, a skin condition more commonly known as razor bumps or ingrown hairs, could lead to a service member's expulsion from the branch if the issue persists. The condition affects up to 60% of Black men, a far higher rate than any other group. So basically, they are systemically finding ways to get rid of folks. Systemically. Like, you can't discriminate on the basis of race, right? And it's not necessarily Trump who figured this out. These are the people who are in his cabinet, or the people that are implementing everything that they said that they were going to implement, which they're doing. They have found ways to discriminate against people of color, Black people, women, without discriminating, utilizing their gender or utilizing their race. So they'll find something that mostly affects that particular race and they're utilizing it. So that is a way that they discriminate against soldiers of color who are impacted by this. And it's not productive or effective means of retaining and recruiting troops. So in 2022, there was a policy that barred Marines from getting kicked out of service solely for the skin condition. In the last 3 years, service members were able to obtain temporary or permanent shaving waivers or no shave shits once it was determined that their razor bumps couldn't be treated by topical medications. Dermatologists around the country who treat people with the condition say the latest policy change seems to be unnecessary. This is so targeted and intentional, said Chris Adigan, a board-certified dermatologist based in North Carolina. The razor bumps can affect only the way fair hair follicles appear, and it does not affect the body systemically in any way. So anybody that basically has razor bumps, they're required to undergo a medical evaluation within 90 days. If their condition does not improve within a year under a 4-part treatment plan, they could be separated from the branch at the discretion of their commanding officer. Critics, however, call it an outdated policy that's rooted in discrimination. On its face, it's a racist policy because this is a condition that impacts African Americans and other people of color predominantly just by the nature of hair growth on the face. They said, adding that it also creates a huge administrative burden on a patient. It remains unclear how many Marines would be affected by the branch, as the policy as the branch said it does not track how many members have shaving exemptions. Black service members make up 18% of all active duty Marines. The branch itself does not keep racial demographic data on its members, a Marine spokesperson said. So, I mean, it's kind of stupid for you to be doing this right now, but this is what we're having to deal with. Like, he just went and bragged about bombing and then said, oh yeah, now is the time for peace, after you literally bombed 3 sites in Iran. Now you over here telling folks that if they got razor bumps that they can't be in the service. So there's that. Now that whole Trump stuff was just like added in because I didn't even know that happened, y'all. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right. Now, let's see what else we have going. Oh, I want to show you guys these Juneteenth jerseys because they are so nice. How many of you guys were off on Thursday celebrating Juneteenth? Look at these Juneteenth jerseys. They are so nice. I want one. I think they're so nice. Nice. They're Juneteenth baseball jerseys. I don't know who's selling them, but they're so nice. In ATL right now, downtown in Hilton, in the room watching war coverage. What war coverage? So, are we in war? Are we at war, y'all? Surely they're not going to show any footage. It's hard to say what's real and what's fake nowadays. President Trump addresses the nation. Oh, wait. Do we need to be watching that? I don't know where Mr. Ford is at. Mr. Ford, I mean, they said he's talking. Oh, the speech is over. The recession, Dr. Carey, we're going, in the words of Mr. Ford, we're going into a depression. How you going to ask for peace and Israel is literally, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I wasn't, but I got paid holiday plus double time. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. That's what I'm talking about. Happy Juneteenth. Another conflict by a Republican president. Like, what? We already took down Iraq. Why? I could have sworn that they said that Russia and China said that if the U.S. attacks Iran, then China and Russia are going to act. That's what I was told. I could have sworn that's what China and Russia said. If you guys attack them, we have no other option but to retaliate. Miss Natasha, call Mr. Ford. Tell me he already told y'all there ain't gonna be no food on the shelf. What we gonna do? We ain't even got to the SWAC stuff yet. See, now Russia is their ally. So if they don't come through, and Russia is kind of like, I'm not gonna say they're America's ally, but they're Donald Trump's ally. Right? We gonna see. Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, Mr. Mona, how you feeling? Where you been? Where you been? Lotto done went crazy. I've been watching Lotto. Has it been 2 with Lotto? Let's go. And everybody got Lotto on their show now. Lotto just blowing up. And you've been missing in action.
Oh, he's a hot commodity now.
Lionel's hot. He's on everybody's show. He's on his show. He have everybody on his show. He's just doing it. Lionel is blowing up.
Is he blowing up?
Yeah, he blowing up. I've been watching him. Lionel just showing out and just talking about my school bad. His worst is what he says about Southern.
What did he say about Southern?
Oh, he talks about Southern bad.
Braxton came back.
Okay.
So
all right.
I've been what? For the first time in I don't know how many SWAC Saturdays, my poor baby is knocked out. Like he's been working a job for he's been knocked out for almost 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, he came back from his dad. His dad, So you said Lionel is cutting up.
Oh, he ain't blowing up. Everybody's having Lionel on their show.
Yeah, up Prairie View. What is he saying?
Yeah, he's doing all kind of stuff.
And you over there letting him talk about your school.
I was just listening. One night I was checking to see if you were on, and then he was on, so I just listened to him. Did he
say you guys are still a crumbling dynasty?
Yeah, it's a weird crumbling dynasty. But listen, he was on. There's another guy that's associated with that other guy on that other channel. Miller, is it Rocky Miller or something? He had Lionel on. Lionel was a featured guest, and before Lionel could start on Southern, that man said that what did he say? Alabama State's gonna whoop Southern on their campus. Y'all gonna whoop them on their campus, and then he said Prairie View was gonna put them out of their misery. So they doing it.
Well, did you see that we're going to war?
Yeah. That's what I was waiting to. The 47th president of the United States spoke. So, yeah. Watch that.
What do you think about that? World War III.
Yeah, it reminds me of World War I. Because what we have here is these alliances are now going to take place. You got the alliance between America and Israel, and then Iran is in alliance with Russia, China, North Korea. Let's say Russia, China, North Korea.
Wait, North Korea is in cahoots with Iran?
Yeah. Well, what? North Korea is basically a satellite of China. Whatever China does, North Korea is with them. And that goes back many, many years. Remember when we had the Korean War in the early 50s, and when America attacked, when America got involved in the Korean War, remember China came when they told the Americans not to go across the 30th parallel. and General Douglas MacArthur broke the rules and went across. Remember, the Chinese were sending them like 100,000 or 200,000 soldiers every week.
How many?
They were sending like 200,000 or 100,000 soldiers every week.
Okay, so here's my thing. Like, what? Okay, so Israel bombing Iran, you know, everybody was like, okay, as long as the United States doesn't get involved. So then Donald Trump going on live television and making that statement that said, yeah, we just bombed you, but now is the time for peace. That's like an overt act. At this point,
yeah, that's called aggression.
At that point, you literally made an attack on our allies. So is he calling Russia and China's bluff?
Well, I don't think you want to do that, but anyway, I'm telling you. See, you got alliances. That's why I said, to me, it reminds me of World War I. America, Israel is an alliance. Then you got China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. That's an alliance. And then you're going to see the alliances go head to head. I mean, you can call it whatever you want to call it, World War III, whatever, but you're getting ready to see those alliances go head to head. That's why I said it reminds me of World War I. See, in World War I, you had United States, France, England, Italy. And then you had Germany, I think you had Austria, Hungary, and the one I left off with the United States was also Russia. But then Russia was in the midst of a revolution, I think in 1917, which is the year before the World War I ended. They had something they called the Bolshevik Revolution.
My main concern is, and you know, first of all, the xenophobia on American soil is going to go through the roof. Like, the way and how bold folks are nowadays, it seems like they would be looking for an excuse to like attack folks.
Oh yeah.
Like, literally, you're looking for a reason. Oh, you waking up? I'm just, and is it really a terrorist attack if they?
It's an act of aggression. That's what it's called on the internet.
If somebody responds on American soil, is
well, listen, you can look for anything at this point. You can look for anything. Anything could happen. Yeah. I mean, see, all you have to remember, the Middle East is a hornet's nest by itself. Okay? That's what they do. That's all they do is fight and blow up one another. It's a hornet's nest. And, hey.
They didn't have to include us in it, though. Like,
yeah.
Keep us out of it. No, I was wondering why gas was $3. Now I know. Gas is already $3. And it was like $2.66. It's up to $2.99.
Yeah, I saw some gas. Yeah.
I know they was talking about some of the major cities are on high alert. What's wrong with you? Why are you whining like that? Well, I guess people are just gonna live their lives business as usual.
I doubt it.
I mean, that's what we doing.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna be business as usual.
Are we gonna have a football season, Mr. Ford?
I'm thinking we are. I'm just saying, you know, because I personally think the state of California is gonna revolt. Possibly Texas. Yeah,
I know the governor
I
did
told you
say
you've
that
been
he
listen.
would
I
not
told you
take
you've been
back.
lost in action. I've been wanting to talk to you about California because listen, Gavin Newsom, the way he talking to Trump, that's civil war to me. Because he told Trump, "You come get me. You know my address. You come." Listen, now I'm telling you now, and I've been watching Texas. I could see them revolting too.
What happened in California? The troops that they sent without authorization.
Yeah, it's kind of heavy out there in California right now, but you know, there's a deep distrust between Trump and Gavin Newsom, which a lot of people think that it could be a revolt. You know, one of the things that President Trump said was that he would not send them any federal aid, and then the people in California said they wouldn't pay their income tax.
Lord. That's because he's talking about taking funds away. And they said, well, you know, California gives more income tax, I guess, than any other state. Texas won't revolt. Why won't? Oh, Texas is a Republican state, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, but Texas is got a lot of other people. It's you know, it's a lot of different cultures down there.
Are you talking about the Latinos?
Yeah, I mean, remember, you know the history of Texas, right? Remember, let's see, the United States government took from Mexico, Texas, California, New Mexico, Arizona, okay? Because John C. Calhoun's plan was that slavery would go from Georgia all the way to California. And so, remember, they were trespassing at the Alamo. The Mexicans come up and take care of
Yeah,
them.
remember
And
the
then we
Alamo?
go, yeah, we had the Mexican War, and America defeated the Mexicans, and then they took from the Mexicans Texas, California, New Mexico, Arizona.
Well, Greg Abbott just said, Dre, stop it. Greg Abbott just said, I stand with Donald Trump and the United States of America. And then Dre gonna say some, you what? Because y'all know Greg Abbott, I don't think he can stand. Oh God, Dre needs to be in timeout. Because why is he like this? Greg Abbott said he stands with Donald Trump in the United States of America.
Well, that's Greg Abbott. That's not everybody down there. I
No,
think
Mr. Ford.
it's
Dre
28 million people
is
down there.
saying you do what? Because Greg Abbott is in a wheelchair.
No, I'm just saying that remember now, it's 28 million people in Texas. I think it's 38 million in California. 1 in 8 Americans are in California.
Mm.
One of the things about the American economy, if they suffer in California and New York, it hurts the whole country. California has what, the 6th or 7th largest economy in the world.
That. Oh God, Lord have mercy. Oh, Mr. Ford, I can't wait to talk to you about this. I know I was supposed to come on Thursday at least.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you.
It was so much stuff that was going on.
Oh, okay.
Make America Great Again, Marva.
Yeah. Hold on. I got you.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
I'm on the show, man. Yeah. Okay.
Some of these memes that I get of people, you'll be surprised who be sending them to me. And it is not who you think it is. All right. So, your new president. Mr. Ford,
Uh-huh.
that lawsuit didn't work.
Which one?
There was a last minute lawsuit that was filed against the Board of Governors appointment of Marva, and it didn't work.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did see, I think it was her confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched it on my phone.
Everybody turned their back to her. I was like,
yeah.
what?
Oh, yeah.
Turned your back on her.
Yeah.
Now is not the time for that pettiness. Mr. Ford, can you please talk some sense into these folks? This is not one of those situations where you want to make a whole bunch of enemies right now. Like, that's not how you go about it.
Well, what we're seeing right now is Americans against Americans. That's what's going on. Because from what I'm hearing, there's just so much strife down there right now.
I know, but
did the students file a lawsuit?
I don't think it was the students. I want to say it was alum.
Okay.
It's like a last minute effort to curtail the confirmation.
Okay.
And it was unsuccessful because she was confirmed. It was a FAMU alum.
With $650,000 salary, right? With 5-year contract?
Yes. So it says a group of Florida A&M stakeholders are looking to take their concerns about Marva Johnson's presidential selection and how it was allegedly predetermined to court. It's so weird when you are literally going to court and you're going to go against other FAMU alum. But 10 FAMU alumni, Tallahassee lawyers Mudaki Akbar and Enos Jacobs filed an emergency petition for temporary mandatory injunctive relief on June 16 against the 8 members of the university's board of trustees who voted in favor of Johnson for president in mid-May. Why did they wait so late to file the lawsuit? As well as the Florida Board of Governors Chair Brian Lamb and Vice Chair Alan Levine. The controversy is whether due process requirements and specific legal standards related to the operations and administrations of a state university system institution were met in the process to select and appoint the 13th president of FAMU. I don't know why did they wait so late to do it?
No idea.
So we'll see. It's still filed. It was an emergency petition. Did you see who Prairie View? I mean, not Prairie View. Bethune-Cookman got them a good president.
Who did they get?
Let me pull it up for you.
Oh, okay.
He has over 30 years of experience. So it might just be one of those situations where they just don't like your school. Bethune-Cookman University has appointed Dr. Albert Mosley as the 8th president. The Board of Trustees made the decision after an extensive search process involving 135 applications. Mm-hmm. Dr. Mosley, who previously served as president of Morningside University, will assume his role on July 7th. A little bit about Dr. Mosley's. Okay. He is a first-generation college graduate with degrees from Millsaps College. That's in Jackson, Mississippi, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I know about Millsaps. Oh, yeah.
Duke University, Yale University, and University of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
He is credited with launching innovative academic programs and securing significant funding during his time at Morningside University. He expressed his honor in being chosen to lead Bethune-Cookman and his commitment to building on the legacy of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. He also emphasized the importance of collaboration with faculty, staff, students, alumni, donors, and community partners. Okay.
So now what's his hometown? Where is he from? Is he from Jackson?
Let's see. He's the 8th president in the school's 121-year history.
Oh, yeah.
They said he's an experienced executive in higher education and nonprofit settings, brings 30 years of transformative leadership. He was born and raised in rural East Mississippi community of Shuqualak. He's from Mississippi.
Right. So, and that's close to where? What part of Mississippi is that
I
in?
have never heard of Shuqualak a day in my life. Let's see where Shuqualak is at.
Yeah. That's not close to Jackson?
Shuqualak, Mississippi. Sugarlock. Oh, it's pronounced Sugarlock. Sugarlock is a town in Noxubee.
Oh, somebody said it's close to Meridian.
The population in 2020 was 399.
Okay.
383 as of 2023. Sugarlock. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Whitley.
He's from a small town.
Yeah. See, somebody said it's close to Meridian.
They said it's Hard Time, Mississippi.
Neshoba County. Okay.
He got it out the mud. A qualified president. Imagine that. Congratulations, Bethune and Mary's children.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, JSU has had 8 presidents this year. Sword and hush. So, that's where we're at in terms of the HBCUs and their presidential picks. I did look at the some parts of the IHL meeting. I have to. Braxton's been home, so I've been all over the place. So, but there's a couple of things. From what I saw, it was mainly dealing with like funding. They approved a contract for like cleaning services and maintenance services. I have to look at it again, but I did not see anything regarding the presidential search. So, yeah. Let me see. Didn't his son attend Bethune-Cookman? Who? Dr. Mosley's son? Yeah, so they've had interim presidents all this time. From all through COVID, they've had interim presidents. So one thing that I like about Dr. Mosley is he says he's an innovative and strategic thinker. Where I currently serve, we have over 10 innovative academic programs like AI, cybersecurity, biomedical science, and more. In this current season in education in our country, sacred institutions like Bethune-Cookman require leaders that can bring transformation from day one, and I can do that. So I like that because, it did say that Bethune-Cookman has a waiting list, Mr. Ford.
For students?
Mm-hmm. For housing.
Oh, okay. For housing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's the enrollment at Bethune? Are they 3,000 or 4,000?
I want to say it's smaller than that. I want to say it's in 2,516 students in 2023.
That's the smallest school in the SWAC?
No.
As far as enrollment?
I want to say UAPB has low enrollment too, or Valley too. They have I think they're right around the same.
Okay.
UAPB, Valley. So UAPB had a enrollment of 2,100 in the fall of 2024.
Ooh. And what's Valley's?
2,196.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Jay, don't get Mr. Ford started.
What that?
Have mercy. All right. Jay was actually the one that tagged me. So Jay tagged me and sent me a post that said, look at the difference between the MEAC and the SWAC in terms of their revenue. And it's a big difference.
Well, it's a big difference in leadership. And by the way, I forgot to tell you this. I heard Dave this past week, and he is delusional. He was on a show, and he represented A&T, and the other guy represented Hampton. And according to them, they just so much better than the MEAC. And the guy asked him, "What are y'all gonna do about the fact that Central is beating y'all up so bad?" Well, that doesn't matter. Only thing that matters now is the overall. He says that they're ahead of the in the overall. I said, boy. So, yeah, I had to hear Dave. I listened to him. I mean, it was delusional talk.
Did he say how many games he's going to win?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he's predicting, 5 or 6?
At first he was saying 4. Now he done moved to 5 or 6.
I have to go back. I think he said 5 or 6 or something.
They must have did some real.
I think he's saying that they're going to beat South Carolina State. And now he didn't really say anything about them beating Central, but I think he did say that they were going to. I know he said that they're going to restore order. They were going to beat South Carolina State.
What?
Yes, it was really bad.
All right, let me. Well, there's a lot of think pieces. All right, Mr. Ford.
Mm-hmm. Now
I'm gonna share this post, and then I'm gonna put context. Well, my context that I feel is important.
Okay.
Y'all excuse Miss Yard Talk because she's blocked. Anyway, the MEAC and the SWAC tax filings for the 2023 calendar year or tax year. And it says that they shows a huge difference between the two conferences. So the MEAC brought in 11.1 million in revenue. They had 13.1 in expenses. Good Lord. Does that mean they have a $2 million deficit, Mr. Ford?
I guess so.
The SWAC had a $20 million revenue, and they only had expenses of $8.29 million.
That's a difference in leadership.
I mean, that's a big difference.
There's a big difference between Miss Steele and Dr. McClellan. There's a big difference.
We need to break this down. We need to break down where the discrepancy is coming in at. Okay, so first of all, you only have 6 of your 8 institutions that are active football members.
That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a
Then
problem.
another problem that you have is, I want to say MEAC does not have all of the other sports. So like some of these sports that the I think some of the women's sports and some of like the Olympic sports, they don't have them in the MEAC. So
Yeah, I don't think Howard plays baseball. Neither does South Carolina State. I think Central discontinued their baseball program.
so it's outsourcing. Somebody brought up travel as one of the problems. MEAC holding on by a thread. Do you hear me? So, yes, they have that. So we could say, okay, well, but now here's the big but, and I think it's a huge but, because a lot of folks were like dragging down on the MEAC, but then I took a look at some of these other conferences, and I was like, oh wait, hold up just a minute. Yes, with the MEAC, their numbers, it does look egregious, but technically it actually isn't too far off from the rest. So what I did was I looked up the rest of I looked up the other two conferences with HBCUs in them.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see what those numbers were.
Okay.
So the Coastal Athletic Association, for which Hampton and North Carolina A&T is in, they only have revenues of $12 million for 2024. They have a revenue of $12 million.
So is that why Villanova pulled out?
Their expenses is $9.95 million. So, and if we look at the revenue, if you look at the revenue on this graph, their revenue teeters at about 10 million. No more than 10 million. That's for the Coastal Athletic Association. Then I looked at the Ohio Valley Conference, where Tennessee State is. They're even worse. They have only revenue of $9.88 million. And their expenses is $10.7 million. So they're not even bringing in as much as the MEAC. And so then Dre went ahead and said, why are we stopping here? And you can look up all of this. I'm going to drop the link so that if you want to go look at it on your own, it's called ProPublica, free nonprofit financials. And you're able to look up whichever conference of choice. You can look it up for yourself. All you have to do is type in their, let me copy and paste it for you guys. Their name. I wish folks would hush. $20 million and which is not close. Mind you, this is with North Dakota State being what it is, right?
Yeah.
Where are they in? Which
Are they Missouri Valley?
Big Sky Conference, revenue $12.8 million.
Now who's in the Big Sky?
Let me show you guys. Let me pull it up and then I'll pull up who's in the Big Sky. I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on over here? Why is this like this? Let's see what we got here. Montana State
is in the Big Sky.
Yeah.
And Montana, who else is in that? Is that Montana?
Let me see who else is in there. Idaho State, Eastern Washington, Weber State, Cal Poly, Sacramento State. Well, Sacramento State said they want to go
Yeah,
FBS.
they want to go out. Yes.
Northern Colorado. And you only bringing in 12.8 million in revenue, 12.9 in expenses. They did make 14 million in 2022, but I'm just saying. Let me look up another one. Which one you guys want to look up?
The Missouri Valley.
Missouri Valley. Conference. 13.9 million in revenue. They do only have 6.65 in expenses, so that's good for them.
Right.
Because they have they're able to keep that. Total assets 11.7 million, total liabilities 2.64 million. So Missouri Valley, in terms of their revenue versus expenses, is good. So let me go to the SWAC again, just because I thought it was interesting, because you remember when they had like all that talk about, they need to do this and they need to do this. Oh, Southwestern. They need to do this and they need to do that. Let me see, Southwestern Athletic Conference. When I typed in the SWAC, it didn't come up. There we go. Boy. And it's been like that for 2 years. So in 2023, 19.7 million. 2024, 20 million. They had expenses of 19.3 in 2023. I don't know what those expenses consisted of, but whatever expenses they had, they must have paid it off or whatever they needed to do, because in 2024 the expenses significantly dropped to 8.29 million.
So now you can understand.
Zero liabilities.
You can now understand why these Sun Belt and Conference USA want to pick off some of your schools, right? They want your money. What did it say for Conference USA? How much money did they make? Or the Sun Belt?
So it's on here. It says what some of the stuff was. It says contributions 8.6 or 8,697,531% were contributions. Program services $10.5 million, and then investment income 443,000, other revenue 322,000. Okay, so here's my thing. So the net income is 11.7 in the clear. And you said, like, here's my thing. Because I remember, well, you remember when I did the SWAC Media Day last year, and was trying to get Dr. McClellan to say, you know, how much are you making off of X, Y, and Z? And he was like, we don't discuss those types of things because, you know, we're trying to stay competitive and nobody needs to know, you know, what we're making or what's what. Like, that's not anybody's business. And also just the media rights in terms of like folks trying to get people to say how much they're getting. It's none of your damn business, but you can see it on the paper. You can look at this.
Right.
He don't need to tell you nothing. Because what does that say? Revenue of 20 million, expenses of 8.29. It's none of your business what the media rights looks like. And mind you, this is with folks who have North Dakota State and what's the other one? South Dakota State. Those are two institutions, like you said, they're FBS disguise and FCS clothing, but they're literally like what folks would say the premier FCS teams. And the conference that they're in, they want to come join the SWAC. You know what I'm saying? If I'm taking off the fact that it's an HBCU conference, you need to come join the SWAC. We don't need to come join you. And to the folks that are in the MEAC that were saying, oh, we got an invite to the CAA, they're not in a better position than you. You guys are basically making the same amount of revenue. Why would you want to go there? That doesn't make sense.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Why would you folks was trying to make it seem like they were just doing so much better. But I did see that one of the things that A&T does get to do is they got to host the track and field championships. They got to host the basketball tournament, I want to say. And they have linear programming. So those are, I guess, three things that they brought up as to why it's still a better deal for them to be in the CAA than it is the MEAC. And for me, I'm saying I call bullshit because of the amount of teams that have left. That's only temporary, right?
Yeah, they're on shaky grounds.
You were making when you had the big powerhouses, that's what you're making. Okay, who did you tell me to look up? Conference who?
What's it? Conference USA. You know, they've tried to invite some SWAC schools, and I think Sunbelt. Some of the SWAC schools were talking about the Sunbelt or something. I was trying to see what kind of money they're making.
The USA South Athletic Conference?
Is it Conference USA?
Oh.
It's the one with Southern Miss. No, Southern Miss is in the Sun Belt, right? Conference USA should be UAB in those schools. Is it UAB?
Okay. They're in the UAB is in the AAC.
They're in the AAC, okay. Who's in Conference USA?
Jacksonville State, UTEP, Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, I think that's the piece. Yeah.
Sunbelt.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't find them.
What about the Sun Belt? Can you find the Sun Belt?
Let's see. Nope. It's not coming up. Sunbelt Conference. It's not coming up. They might take theirs down because I would be surprised if we aren't in competition, you know. And so that's why it's kind of like, don't ask him no questions. It says Southland is also in a $2 million deficit. That's what I'm saying. Like, out of all that you can look at, I just remember that there's a lot of folks that were down talking, and they had so much to say about media rights and what This is egregious. I remember they were saying some of us should go there. Does the MEAC's tax status impair the MEAC from continuously leading the SWAC in head-to-head football competitions? Johnny Thornton, if you continue at the rate that you're at, you're not going to have a football competition to go against because you're not going to have any money. Jay, can you send me that on Twitter, please? Or text me that. Mr. Ford, do you see the Southland Conference? They only had 4.26 million in revenue.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's Nichols State. That's Nichols. Who else has been there?
Hey, you remember when they said that Southland invited some SWAC schools? And folks was
They always invite Prairie View and Texas Southern, isn't it?
They was happy and hype about it. You go over to that poor poverty ass conference if you want to.
Oh yeah, boy.
Go over to that poverty ass conference if you want to. I would be if I was the SWAC, that would be a like insult for somebody to come back to me happy about getting invited to the Southland. And I'm trying to tell you, it's the same thing. It's the same thing for some of these other places as well. Like y'all are some poverty franchise when you looking at it, it's like. So that's why whenever we say, what is the MEAC gonna do and how dire it is, and folks keep saying like a change needs to be made, and we still don't see no changes being made, Mr. Ford. At this point, I think they just said, forget it, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna make any changes. That's egregious. 4.29 of revenue for the whole entire conference, and y'all are hyped about getting invited there. You should have seen the folks that was hyped about it, and they were saying it like it was a compliment. The same thing with the CAA. Folks was like, yeah, we get ready to go over to the CAA. I'm like, if they're inviting you, a whole bunch of HBCUs to come save it, there's a reason why they're doing that.
Thank you. I told you it's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Lo and behold, it's revealed. That's why you guys are getting invited. You guys are over there thinking
that they water cold.
And they're not too much. Now they do have more. They don't have as large of a deficit as the MEAC, but in terms of their revenue is right up there with the MEAC.
Mm-hmm.
I would venture to say, and I mean, I know folks are like, we not going back, but to me, it's almost like, if you do not go back to the MEAC, two things can happen, which is one of them being the MEAC's going to falter, but we already know that the CAA is faltering, right? They're already on the decline in terms of losing more and more schools.
Right.
I get it. I get it. You don't want to go back without that change in leadership. You can't have our commissioner. Y'all need to go get that man a pay raise. So use some of that surplus to get that man a pay raise. Because if I'm seeing, okay, how is the SWAC positioning itself to make that much, right? Why are folks now? I know that folks are like, I just want to know now, what is the amount of money that you think that the SWAC should be making? I want to say there's about 6 million plus in revenue above every other conference. 6 million. So what is it that you're thinking that the SWAC needs to do for more money? And you compare it to everybody else in the FCS. You're not going to compare the SWAC conference to the SEC. That doesn't make sense. You're not going to compare it to the what is it, the AAC or the ACC?
Mhm.
You can't compare it to those because those are the FBS teams. You have to compare it to other FCS counterparts. And based off of what we saw here tonight, the SWAC is like here and everybody else is down here. I do want to see the MEAC do something different, but I don't know what that different looks like.
A new commissioner. Let's start there.
Because we're going to keep it a buck. A couple of that revenue that comes through does have to do with those big MEAC SWAC games, right? SWAC MEAC games and the Celebration Bowl, like the various contributions or donations or sponsors. A part of that is that brand. But I feel like the commissioner and the SWAC has done a really good job of branding the SWAC as the premier conference in all of FCS. And
yeah, it's definitely it's congratulations to the SWAC commissioner, the SWAC office, to the presidents, to the athletic directors, to these participating schools. They've done a great job, and we can be even better. We can be better.
I mean, we're getting ready to go into a new era, though, Mr. Ford, and that is the era of these scholarships. And I
and I continue to say that one of the things that the SWAC needs to look at, and I wish they would look at it seriously, is to pull out of the NCAA and go for it. You know, set up their own governing body. The NCAA is a plane crash. You know, it's just a plane getting ready to crash. And I wish we would make up our own rules, have our own governing body, because we're allowing someone to legislate rules to us who hates our guts. Okay, the NCAA has never been a friend to HBCUs, and it's done everything they can to hurt them. So I wish we would pull out. Let's go for, let's separate from them. Let's go in a different direction.
Big South is bad too.
Yeah, they still in existence. I ain't heard nothing about them lately.
6.84 million in revenue, 7.85 in expenses. So we can put to bed this talk about HBCUs needing to participate in the FCS playoffs to be legitimate.
The only person was saying that was that boy on that other channel over there. He was the only one saying that, because and always remember about him, that boy on that other channel over there. 4 years ago, he didn't know what Alcorn was. He didn't know if it was a tree or if it was a movie or something. And then he gonna come into the SWAC telling everybody what to do.
Mr. Ford, what should North Carolina A&T do? What do they need to do?
Take their ass back to the MEAC.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Whitley, that interloper.
So Mr. Haynes is saying no super conference. And
Oh, yeah, Mr. Haynes, that was listed. Super conference under the leadership of Dr. Charles McClellan.
Don't be putting that stress on Dr. McClellan.
Yes, super conference. What did I tell y'all? What did I say? It was 4 divisions, 5 teams. That's
That
how you
only
get
makes
prepared
sense
for
if
this.
he's able to turn that 20 million into 35 million.
Huh?
If he's able to turn 20 million into 35 million, like to add that many teams, it just, I think that, okay, so here's what I think. This is what I think. The MEAC needs to cut a deal with HBCU Go as well, right?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm sorry. I got to tell you something about them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the MEAC needs to broker a deal with HBCU Go. Well, like you said, they got to get rid of the commissioner, first off. Second off, don't come after Dr. McClellan. Give Dr. McClellan a raise. They need to make something in this contract that allows them to do linear TV deals, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the number one for A&T was the deals. So the same way that we make our basketball championship, no, the same way we make our football championship, whoever wins, like whoever has the highest winning percentage at the end of the year, they need to do that for basketball, because in the MEAC, basketball is more important, or so they say. It's more of a basketball school than a football school.
Well, the original mission was for it to be a football school. That's why they pulled out the CIAA. They wanted a conference with a greater focus on football. That's why they pulled out, I think, in 1970 and formed the MEAC.
Okay. Thank you, nephew. So he did send it to me. I'm gonna pull it up for you, Conference USA, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we ain't too far off now. And even with that amount that they got, they are in the red. So
well, listen, I meant to tell you, HBCU Go is televising 3 of Jackson State's games. They're going to do Hampton, Jackson. They're going to do Jackson, Alabama A&M. They're going to do Jackson, Grambling. That's right, Jackson Grambling. And so far, I think I saw 6 scheduled games, and all of them are great. All of the games are really good. I'm so proud, man. I would like to see HBCU Go step up another, level, and they doing it. They stepping up.
Yeah. And that's why I'm so excited that this came out. We don't have like all of the logistics, but Timona, get your info right about the MEAC. What do you mean get my info right?
No, I don't get no information right. Go get a commissioner. That's what you need to do. Don't come talking about getting some information right.
Let me show you.
Go get a commissioner. That's what you need to do. Don't come in with that. Go get a commissioner. You got all them men over there in the MEAC. You know what you're doing, but you rather have somebody up there that's incompetent. Inept. A legacy of Dennis Thomas, who for almost 20 years did absolutely nothing. So don't come over here talking about get your information right. Go get a commissioner.
This is ProPublica. It's a non-profit explorer. I don't have any ties to it. It says that it's designated as a 501c4 civically social welfare organization and local associations of employees created to promote community welfare for charitable, educational, or recreational purposes. Donations to this organization are not tax deductible. What the hell? Maybe that's the problem. Why are they not tax deductible? Let me see something. Well, there's one thing they need to change, Mr. Ford. I can see that. So they're designated as a 501c4, and it says that donations to this organization are not tax deductible. So that's the first order of business that they need to do on Monday. They need to file to have their nonprofit changed to a 501c3.
Is that the MEAC?
Yes, it says donations to this organization are not tax deductible.
How about them calling Dr. Charles McClellan?
No,
listen. Talk to Dr. Charles McClellan and see what's the timetable of having a merging of the MEAC into the SWAC. Okay, 4 divisions, 5 teams in each division. How long would it take? Do you know how successful that would be?
Why you be?
We would stretch all the way from Delaware all the way to Texas. We would be bigger than the Sun Belt.
And that means transportation costs would go through the roof.
No. What you do, the way that you would do your teams in your division, you would try to keep your travel under 300 miles. And you could do that by having those divisions.
What does it take to get that changed? Because that needs to be changed immediately. If you think about it, that is a huge determination on the ability to get corporations to donate or corporations to sponsor events. Donations to the organization are not tax deductible. When these corporations are looking to donate, of course they're looking to be able to deduct it. Mr. Ford, if you merge the MEAC and SWAC, you'd have 3 divisions of 6 teams. That'd be 18 teams. Unless you add in, I think Mr. Ford is saying that we're going to add North Carolina A&T and Tennessee State back to the fold, get them into the HBCU.
Yeah, I would want 20 teams. Now, let me just say this. After listening to Dave this week, those people are delusional. I don't know if we can get them. Tennessee State's been delusional for 40 years, so I don't know. Maybe we could pick up Tuskegee or let's see, who else could we pick up?
An invite to the SWAC at this point is a prestigious accolade.
Yes, it is. We've always said that.
And Bethune-Cookman, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see why the commissioner said, oh yeah, we're opting in to this settlement, right?
And that's another thing. See, listen, this settlement, this House settlement, basically makes the rich schools richer, makes the poor schools poorer. And so what we got to do is we got to come up with a form of unity, because this House settlement thing, it's going to drive people into bankruptcy. It really is. It's going to drive people into bankruptcy. That's why I say the number one thing for me is that we need separation from the NCAA. We need our own governing body. We can write laws. We got how many law schools we got? We got Texas Southern. We got Southern. We got North Carolina Central. We got Howard University. We got 4 law schools. We can't come up with, and we don't have to create the wheel. We just look at the NCAA manual, pick what we like, and throw out what we don't like.
Right.
But it's time to get away from our slave master. Let's get away from them people. Let's separate from them.
Master, Mr.
Yes.
Ford.
Listen, the NCAA had, for a long time, the largest plantation in America. They had free labor. They could have straightened this out in the 70s, but because they wouldn't do right, things got out of control here in the 21st century. They could have been paying players as far back as the 70s.
Mm. Mm, 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 mm. And I still think it's like they made it go out of control so that they could control it again. I don't see it. I see it like
Well, they
it
were
opened up.
greedy. They were greedy, just like they are now. See, me and you talked about this. Everything is about the Power Four, specifically the Big Ten and the SEC. And what ESPN and the Power Four schools are saying, it's just like I used to tell you, the Qs used to say at Clark, if you ain't Q, you ain't shit. That's what they telling the rest of the people in college football.
If you ain't Q, you ain't shit.
Yeah, that's what they used to say.
What?
You ain't
They
Q,
used to
you
say
ain't
that
shit. Huh?
I never heard of that one.
Oh yeah, baby. Listen. That was back in the 70s, baby.
If
But
you
I'm
ain't
saying
Q,
that that's what what these Power Four, especially the SEC and the Big Ten, is saying to the rest of college football. They don't give a damn about no Group of Five. They don't give a damn about no Southland Conference, no Sun Belt, no Conference USA. They don't give a damn about them conferences. Them conferences go to hell as far as they're concerned. It's all about specifically in the Power Four, it's about the Big Ten and the SEC, and the hell with the rest. Okay.
well then maybe they should leave the NCAA then.
Huh?
Oh, Mr. Trent Walker said we still say it.
I told you that. I remember. Listen, my roommate was gonna make us stop by.
Somebody say that.
My roommate. I used to go to all the parties. I used to go to all the Q parties. I'm telling you, I know what they used to say. My roommate was Omega.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the House settlement, I have this little graphic for everyone just to explain it. So the NCAA no longer limits the number of scholarships. The roster caps at 105. So you can recruit up to 105 athletes on your roster. That 105 can be distributed how the coaches see fit, or in our case, how the funding works, right? All 105 could get full scholarships, or 85 full plus 20 partial or free, or bring in with no scholarships. The bottom line is you do not have to give all 105 players scholarships.
But now we're not gonna be able to do that. Now, Mr. Mona, now you know we're not gonna be able to do that.
I'm explaining it, and then I'm going to explain.
Oh yeah, because we can't. That's who that's for.
Right.
Right now, when you talk about MEAC, SWAC, we give about 63 to 65 scholarships. Now, on a really good day, we could increase that by 10 to 15. Now, if we could increase it to 20, if we could go from 65 to 85, that would be great. But I really don't think we're going to do that because we got so many other problems as it is. I don't know. Some of them might be able to give 85 scholarships in football. I don't know, but I think I could see us adding 10. Okay, we giving 63, we giving 65. I could see us going to 75. Like I said, it would really be great if we could go to 85 or 80 or 85, which I don't think we would. The black schools and the MEAC and the SWAC would do that. I don't think they would do it. But the other thing that, like you were just saying, we got to do is, you remember what Howard University did with their golf program? You remember they phased the golf program, and then Steph Curry basically financed the golf program back into existence. Yeah. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to seek outside contributions from alums, from businesses, from celebrities, and follow that Howard blueprint of how they brought their golf team back. Okay, because with this House settlement, I really do believe you're going to see a number of our programs eliminated because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and then this clown right here is getting ready to start a war, which means it's going to be less resources. Okay, so That's what I'm saying. We got to look at doing what Howard did. Okay, you would go to a Rick Ross and see, well, Mr. Rick Ross, would you finance our tennis team? Okay, you go to Snoop Dogg, Mr. Snoop Dogg, would you finance our golf team? Okay,
Well, then it's like they definitely are going to have to MEAC. I don't know what is if anybody knows the process. They have to go to a 501c3. Right now, they're a 501c4, Mr. Ford, so none of their contributions or donations are tax deductible. That in and of itself is going to significantly reduce the donations that you're getting to the conference.
Right. Well, like I said, because of that House settlement, the president of these SWAC and MEAC schools, their job just got a little harder. The athletic director, your job just got a little harder because you got to raise more money. Because if you don't raise more money, we're going to lose sports. We're going to, we're going to keep football. We're going to have men's basketball. We might lose girls basketball. Now, here's the thing. You got to spend an equitable amount on women's sports because of Title IX. Okay? Got to keep it in proportion. Whatever you spend it on men's sport, you got to spend it on women's sport. But we already know now that if push comes to shove and they don't got that money, they going to eliminate them Olympic sports. They're going to be gone. We ain't going to have no golf team. We ain't going to have no tennis team. We ain't going to have no swimming team. What else? We ain't going to have no bowling team. Okay? You know that. Might not even have girls softball. So that's what I'm saying. We got to seek outside donations. We can't get around.
So I think that the SWAC does have a strategic plan to help the institutions in terms of
we got to, baby.
Settlement.
Yeah,
It's a good thing that we have a surplus, right?
Yeah.
Because, like you said, a lot of athletic departments are struggling.
Yeah.
And so it says, how many additional scholarships will the school need just to contend for the Celebration Bowl? Plus, every scholarship that you have for like football, you have to match by a woman's scholarship.
Right.
So I don't think they're going to eliminate women's basketball. For the SWAC, we've been fortunate enough that all of the schools, for the most part, participate in all of the sports. If the roster cap is at 105, I could see that this is specifically to the people who say, oh, we're ready to go FBS. Let's go FBS. You get FBS. The reason why people wanted to go to FBS is because of scholarships, right? You're not able to give as much scholarships. It's not level. Go FBS.
Well, here's the thing. Now, that in order to go FBS, now you got to give them $5 million first. Who has $5 million?
I'm saying go FBS. They're giving you the opportunity to go FBS in your athletics, meaning you have the opportunity. Those scholarships that you've been screaming about, you have the opportunity for them now.
Yeah, but like I said, okay, right now in the SWAC, we're I guess we're FCS, so we give about 65 scholarships for football. If each institution in football could increase by 10, that would be really good. But if we could increase by 20, which I don't think we can do, would be super, because that's 20 extra scholarships. Man, listen, that would be great.
You're not going to be able to schedule any more money games.
Well, listen, from what you just read, we don't need no money game. What we need to do is stick with each other, because it's obvious when we play one another, we make money. Now, the other thing I think the SWAC needs to look at is that they need to require that each SWAC school play at least 9 SWAC schools. Because how many we playing now? We play 8, right?
Yeah.
What's the requirement for SWAC? Isn't it 8?
I want to say it's 8, and then
They need to go to 9. You need to have, and you know what you know my pet peeve. Get rid of them divisions. Get rid of them divisions. I don't want to hear nothing about no more East and West. Let's just go SWAC.
When I say go FBS, what I mean is the thought process was we need to go FBS because then we'll have more scholarships available. They're giving you the opportunity to have FBS rosters.
Before you can go FBS now, you got to give them $5 million. That's first and foremost. Nobody needs to get them $5 million.
No, I'm not saying actually go FBS. I'm saying go FBS on your team.
Well, like I told you, I think, listen, if we can increase the 65 scholarships for football to 75, that would be really good. But if we could go if we could go from 65 to 85, that would be super, which I don't think we can do. Maybe some of them can do it. Like this person talking about, it's 4 schools in there. Maybe them 4 could do it, but I don't know if Valley could go 85 scholarships for football.
They literally just got full scholarships.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could see Jackson State with 85 football scholarships. I can see Florida A&M 85 football scholarships. I can see Bama State. I could see them with 85.
They're using their money to pay for Marva's stuff.
Well, I still could see them with 85 scholarships. But I don't know, would Pine Bluff be able to offer 85 scholarships? I don't know. But like I said, if we could offer 75 football scholarships, that would be good. 85 would be super. It would be super. But I just don't see us being able to offer no 105 scholarships. No, I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't see that.
I don't see it either. But what I'm saying is it's available. And so for me, anybody who, and when I say that, I mean like North Carolina A&T. Who else?
I could see them doing 85. I could see A&T doing 85 scholarships.
85.
Yeah, I could see them doing 85.
They need to. All right. Let me remove my banner so you guys can see what this is saying. And this is basically the impact on HBCUs. So it'll create opportunities for athletes through scholarships, NIL deals, and future revenue share. It should level the playing field for schools like those in the SWAC, not limited by scholarship caps. So those schools that are able to participate, that are able to get 10 to 15 more scholarships aboard, it's easier to compete for prospects, right? You have more room to offer folks scholarships. The negatives that you will see is the gaps could widen. Schools unable to add scholarships might fall further behind.
And that's what's going to happen. As I said earlier, it's the whole House Settlement. It's all about the Power 4 schools. Okay? And that's why I said, if this is the time for us to separate ourselves from the NCAA. Because that's what it's going to do. It's going to widen the gap. The rich are going to get richer. The poorer schools are going to get poorer. Oh, listen, I gotta get ready to go to bed. Listen, have a good night, and I've really enjoyed. Now, when are you coming back? Are you getting ready to do like Mr. Campbell and them? Are you gonna be a POW? What are you doing? What are you gonna do?
Wait a minute. Who's a prisoner of war?
That's what I thought about you this week. I was trying to figure out where were you.
Mr. Ford, it's the summertime.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, what's on your schedule? When can we look for, do I have to just keep listening to Lionel? And he is just, listen, I'm telling you, Lionel is blowing up. Lionel had Brother Hunt. You know Brother Hunt that comes on Doc's show? You know Brother Hunt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brother Hunt was on Lionel's show. And, you know, they homeboys. They're both from Monroe, Louisiana. Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah,
I've been
Mr. Ford,
listening.
I'm outside. I didn't have Braxton since his birthday. I haven't really been outside, but I've been just like, shoot.
Okay,
just
well, remember you have
watching
followers.
stuff.
You have followers, and I'm one of them. And so
Okay,
we've been
what
looking
does
for
the
you.
schedule look like, Mr. Ford? Because you know that the SWAC Media Day is coming up.
Oh, that's
So
going to be
what is
great. And let me tell you what I want you to do. When you get to the SWAC Media Day and put your stuff down in your room, you need to go and slap some sense in the Lionel because he talking a whole lot of trash.
Wait a
Yes, you need to
minute.
go slap some sense into him because Lionel is out of control. He is out of control.
Everybody know Chuck Hunt is checking in from Monroe, Louisiana.
Yeah. Hey, bro Hunt on here. Yeah, bro Hunt.
No, somebody in the chat said that because that is what he says whenever he
Yeah, bro Hunt, yeah. Bro Hunt like me, you know, he's a dictionary.
Right. I'm not trying to get kicked out. Okay, so what's the schedule gonna be, Mr. Ford? So I can be prepared. So are we gonna start doing the how many wins it's gonna be for each team? We're gonna start doing that.
Yeah, it's up to you. Because listen, it's so much news is breaking. You see, listen, you see what happened tonight. It's so much news is breaking. I mean, so, and I wanted you know what I wanted you to do tonight? I wanted you to put up a picture of a lady that was my mother's hero. I was thinking about her this week. Have you ever heard of Alice Coachman?
No, but Mr. Ford, you didn't even talk about Juneteenth.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, do me a favor. Look up Alice Coachman.
She is the Olympian.
Yeah, she was my mother's hero. You know, they were both from Albany, Georgia. They even named a school after Miss Coachman. Could you put a picture up of her? She turned out the 1948 Olympics. She was from Albany, Georgia. She was one of the first athletes other than Ty Cobb to sign an endorsement deal with a company. She did it with Coca-Cola. Yeah.
I found her, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, that's her. She turned out that was my mother's hero. My mother, as a little girl, followed her. She went to the 1948 Olympics. When she came home, I think they gave her a parade in Albany, and my mother was there. And see, back then, if you were going to be an Olympian and you were down in the South like this, you had to go through Tuskegee because Tuskegee had the national reputation. And so she started out at Albany State, but then she ended up at Tuskegee because, you know, whoever wanted the Tuskegee relays, then you were eligible to go to the Olympics.
Right.
Yeah. To see the Tuskegee relays was a big time event in America at one time. But anyway, I just was thinking about her this week. Like I said, she was my mother's hero. They even named a school after her in Albany, Georgia. It was called Coachman Park, Elementary or something. They named a school after her. But yeah, I was thinking about her this week. Alice Coachman. She lived to be, I think, in her 90s. She was actually I think she was a graduate of Albany State and she was a graduate of Tuskegee.
Mr. Ford.
Mm-hmm.
You did not talk about Juneteenth.
Let me be honest with you.
Give us a 3-minute synopsis.
Yeah, let me tell you this. I didn't even know anything about Juneteenth until I went to Grambling. And we knew some people from Houston. And they asked me, had I ever heard of Juneteenth? And I said, no. And then they explained it to me about what had happened and, you know, the whole thing with Juneteenth. And they actually took me to Houston. And the first time I went down, it was the summer of 1986. I had a great time. And we went we spent some time in Houston and we spent some time in Galveston. And it was a great thing. Now, you know that they were celebrating because the Emancipation Proclamation actually went out in 1863. They didn't get word until 1865, I think. And that's the whole thing. Now, here's the thing that we have to remember, and I know some people are going to get mad about this. Now, we say we free, but actually we're still slaves. Yeah, they took the chains off of us, but remember, we're still mental slaves, we're economic slaves, we're debt slaves, so I really don't, Ms. Ford don't run around talking about how free we are, because we still, in a sense, are slaves in this country now. Yes, they took the chains off. Yes, they took we're no longer chattel slaves. We no longer have the chains around us. But if you go back and read the 13th Amendment, it tells you that, and the key word is peonage. If you go to prison in America, you're technically a slave. Okay, but I want to add to that, we're also the mental slavery that has engrossed us, the debt slavery. How much debt we have, and then the economic slavery, the problems that we have. So I do. I'll talk about the Juneteenth, but I just want you to know now, slavery is still an issue. And they say, what they say is the biggest form of slavery in America today, right? Did you hear that report?
No.
It's child sex trafficking, where they take the children and you kidnap a kid here, and you kidnap a 14, 15-year-old girl through Atlanta, take her to the airport, drug her up, and then she ends up in Kansas, Texas, somewhere at a bus stop, and she's basically enslaved. Okay? And it's all about what they call sex trafficking. We had Frederick Douglass. We had a young man. He's Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington's great-great-great-grandson. And that's his life work, fighting against the sex trafficking of young girls throughout America. And he told us the biggest form of slavery in America today is child sex trafficking. Now, add on to that, when you look at the top 5, guess what? Atlanta's in it. Denver, Colorado is number 1. Remember Dion said there wasn't no crime in that Denver, Boulder area? Well, somebody needs to inform him that they're number 1 as far as child sex trafficking. That Denver, Boulder, Colorado area. But Atlanta is also in the top 5. Why? Because they kidnap those little girls in Atlanta, in the metro area, take them through the airport, and then they end up anywhere. Yeah. We've had personal eyewitness, young girls who escaped that, who testified, and they told their stories. Oh, yeah.
Well, in terms of the 1865 types of slavery and the 2025 type of slavery, I would rather be in America in 2025.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing that most historians know, but they don't discuss. When it comes to the so-called Black man, woman, and child, the so-called Latino man, woman, and child, and it's really going on with them right now, but the Native American man, woman, and child, the Europeans have waged war on us for the last 500 years. There's a war been waged on us, and I mean, it's comes in all kind of forms, okay? You name it, they've used all types of warfare on us, okay? And it's really been ramped up, and I told you this before, it's ramped up right now against the Latinos. But Mr. Mona, guess who next? Guess who's next?
Who? I know you're not talking about Black people.
Thank you. Amen. We're next. We're next.
We're not next. The Arabs are next.
We're next. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. That was a sociologist about 10 years ago, did a study with white America. She picked out like I don't know if it was 1,000 whites or whatever. And what she was trying to find out was who was their greatest hatred for. Was it the Latinos? Was it the Arabs? Was it the blacks? Was it the Chinese or the other Arabs? Guess who was number one? Their greatest hatred was for.
Black people.
Thank you. Thank you. So, like I tell everybody, yeah, the attack right now is on the Latinos, okay, but we got next. We got next.
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
I feel like they're going to go after the Arabs next.
No, we got next. You'll see. Just keep living. Because their greatest hatred is, they've already proven that's not, their greatest hatred is not of the Arabs, it's you. Okay? Listen, I got to get into bed.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Listen, can I look for you Tuesday or Thursday?
Tuesday.
Okay. Listen, everybody, Miss Whitley, y'all have a good night, and I look forward to being with everyone on Tuesday night. Okay, and listen now, I want you to catch up. If I want you to check out all that stuff Lionel is saying, because Lionel's saying a lot. He has no respect for the SWAC West, none.
Just as long as he don't come at Jackson State,
Now what they're doing is they're basically stalking Jackson State. They're, like everything is, Jackson's number one. Because I like to say that it's next year's is Jackson State and everybody else. And what Lionel is saying is, it's, Jackson State this and they won the Celebration Bowl, but then he's got it's like they got their eye on Jackson. They stalking Jackson right now. Just
I
now,
bet you they are stalking us.
Yeah, they stalking Jackson because their whole thing is Coach Jackson is at Prairie View, and that's it for them. Coach Jackson is at Prairie View. Listen, have a good night.
Good night, y'all.
All right. Bye-bye.
You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? No? Okay. Huh? What is Lionel been saying? Listen. Lionel came on here and he said what he said about Prairie View. He said that Alabama State gonna beat Jackson State. I really don't have any other words to say. Facts. He better win game one or all hell is gonna break loose. No, Katie, Braxton was actually asleep. He's actually been asleep since like 7. He went to sleep while watching Iron Man. Oh! Why you being messy? I bet you won't come up here, Lionel. Wait. Hey, Jay.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm awake now.
How was today?
Exhausting.
Go put your bonnet on, OG. Who put on a bonnet?
A bonnet?
Lionel said, stalking who? Who's stalking who? See, every time Mr. Ford says something about Lionel, he talks him up. You think Lionel's going to come on here? Can we have 1 year where Prairie View stops talking and actually wins some game? Dre says you melted today.
I did not melt, Dre.
How I bet you it was like 90, 95 in the stadium. Over there feeling like
more like 100.
Oh my God.
I didn't even realize my camera was on.
Oh, yeah. It is.
They're not supposed to know what I look like.
Oh, sorry.
Y'all done caught me slipping. Lord
Well,
have mercy.
everybody
See,
gotta know what I look like. That's not fair, Jay. Everybody knows what I look like.
look, that's how you know I'm dehydrated. Because I'm not even thinking. What you done said about me now?
He said you messy. Just 1 year.
I learned it from you.
They said Lionel is over there talking cash money about what they gonna do to Southern. Southern ain't studying them. Oh, it just popped up. Mississippi Alumni All-Star Band March Out Independent Showdown Battle of the Bands 2025. It just popped up on my screen.
Just popped out.
Yeah.
I uploaded that like 30 minutes ago.
Crook, y'all letting PB talk? No. See, this is the thing. Crook don't care about nothing but unless it has to do with Jackson State. He don't care about nobody else, about nothing else. He don't care that they over there dogging the school. He does not care.
Oh no, I'm in Mississippi.
It was hotter than the steps of hell today. What? Slaves with minimal privileges. Listen, I mean this. Yes, we have a long way to go in terms of racial discrimination, in terms of everything that they're saying. But boy, I tell you right now, I'm glad to be an American. Okay?
Oh, did you get them links about them other conferences I sent you?
Yeah. But Mr. Ford went on a different trajectory with the show. And I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free. Listen, I can wear my hair out. I could get an education. I can go to the grocery store by my damn self. If I didn't have my son here, well, it's kind of late. 11:45 is kind of late. But if I didn't have my son, I could go out, you know.
Oh, Braxton over there? Where he at?
He's coming.
Oh, he must have heard my voice or something.
Right there. Hang on. Yeah, he's gonna come say hi because he's getting ready to go right over there with. Okay, he's getting ready to go right back over there with his daddy. He's just here for this week, so that he can go to STEM club and.
Man, look, I'm gonna go home, take me a nice hot shower.
Say hi.
Hi.
What's up, Braxton? Where you been?
Hey, he's big. He done grew. Braxton
You been
and the
missing in
giant
action.
beanstalk. Braxton and the giant beanstalk. What's up?
What's up?
What you been doing?
Nothing.
You just woke up.
You miss being around mommy?
How's your summer been? He ain't missed me a bit.
You don't know that.
A little bit.
You missed me what?
A little bit.
Oh, you missed me a little bit. Don't be gassing these folks
See, I
up.
told you he missed you.
He said a little bit. He's been gone since the 4th of June, and he only misses me a little bit. Meanwhile,
Hey, he still missed you.
I'm over here looking at pictures of him in the phone, missing him, and he said he only misses me a little bit.
No.
What you doing this summer?
Going to STEM camp.
Don't talk about what you finna do with me. What you been doing?
Oh, well, I went to Stars and Stripes to go bowling for my cousin's birthday, Little Mo. We went bowling and we played some arcade games. Then, when I got with my sisters, we played some games with each other. I play with my little sister, my toys.
Mm-hmm.
I watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I play on my tablet.
He's been playing tablet, playing video games, and eating candy.
They say you been staying up all night. Word on the street.
Yeah, word on the street. Is that true? You've been staying up all night? You can tell the truth.
That's what Braxton's street committee been saying.
That's true. Facts. Staying up all night. But he's gonna stay with me for this next week.
Look, I'm gonna be up all night editing these videos.
Giving a little break because so I can be free in July. And you're gonna do Monday, you're gonna go to Pokemon Club. Wednesday, you're going to chess. Thursday and Friday, you go to STEM Club. What's the other club? What's the other one? Or STEM Camp. No, STEM Camp is Thursday and Friday. And I might take him swimming. And that's enough, right? That's enough. Then give you back to your daddy. So I can get ready for SWAC Media Day.
Today was so draining.
Did you drink a lot of fluid? I don't know how y'all do it. I get a headache as soon as it hit about 80. I get a headache. And that Mississippi heat ain't nothing to play with in the summer. Oh my God.
I didn't even expect it to be that hot, but Lord have mercy. I underestimated myself. I left my umbrella in the car. I drank a Poway, but that wasn't enough. So I got 2 bottles of water. That wasn't enough. At that point, I just started seeing stars. I was like, okay, look. So I just went and got me some ice to put it in the towel and put it on the back of my neck, and I was good after that.
See, I can't be out there like that. Do you think it's going to be like that in Hampton versus Jack State, or it's going to be hotter?
It's probably going to be just as hot if it's going to be in
hotter.
August.
They need to make that a night game. Rest in peace to Lynn Hamilton. Fred Sanford didn't realize how good he got. Huh?
Ain't that Donna?
That's Fred Sanford's wife.
Look, Fred, so I got to get a lighter shirt. Man, look. I made this shirt like months ago, and I didn't even think to get like another color. I got black.
Oh, Willie said we need to make some homemade Gatorade. How do you make homemade Gatorade?
Without all the high fructose corn syrup and sugars and stuff.
All that talk is to hype up the PV alums to get on board, buy tickets, and start coming to their home games outside of homecoming or Southern, which they don't have this year. Well, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, it's going to be very important for folks to come to the games. That's how y'all are going to get your NIL collectives. That's how you're, or not collectives. That's how you're going to get your NIL money. Add $2 or $3 per ticket. Y'all going to have to get some tickets. Did a dancing girl pass out today, Jay?
Not that I saw. If they did, I probably missed it because I've been going up and down to the concession stand trying to cool myself down. So I probably missed it.
I need that recipe. Natural electrolyte. Coconut water is so nasty. Ugh. Maybe I need to mix it with something. What can I mix it with?
What is homemade Poway, though? That's what I want to know. Or homemade Gatorade.
They said coconut water has natural electrolytes in it. So it's coconut water and some other stuff. Coconut water as a base, a pinch of Celtic sea salt, lime juice, choice of blended or mudded fruit, natural sweetener, boom, Gatorade. Probably watermelon is a really good natural blended fruit, you know.
Lord, I think my audio went out.
He just said tequila. No, tequila is not it.
Did you mute yourself?
No, I didn't.
My audio went out. I gotta jump out and come back on. I'll be back.
I didn't mute myself. Watermelon and cantaloupe. I'm also for us all pushing our fan bases to watch, record all broadcasts of SWAC games. That's revenue for us all and strengthens our negotiation. Look, I don't care what nobody says. After that, revenue came out and it was 20 million strong for 2 years in a row. 20 million strong for 2 years in a row. I don't want to hear nothing else about media rights.
Test. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I don't want
Okay,
you to talk more about media rights. I can hear you, Jay. No,
Oh, okay.
berries is the
Yeah, my phone do be overheating. It's kind of overheating right now as we speak.
so like blueberries and raspberries and strawberries.
Oh, so basically like fruit water, like
Know that it don't matter that you took a nap. You are going back to sleep when we get off of here. You're going back to bed.
oh, he falling asleep.
Huh?
You said he was falling asleep.
No, he already fell asleep. He fell asleep at like 7:30 when we were 7:30, 7:45 when we were watching Iron Man. The more we're watching, the more our payouts annually, and the more we can demand when the contracts expire. Jay got an iPhone. He probably needs to go get it because that might be a glitched one. Oh yes, if you guys have an iPhone, look, and you've had one for a while, look up iPhone settlement. I think that the deadline is June 30th. They're giving money to people who've had iPhones.
I have an iPhone 15 Pro.
Yeah, put it in a blender, then strain the fruit so that you can use the juice from it. Ah, so see, Whitley says that I need to get a blender
Or a
Y'all,
juicer.
I found one, and Jay was.
It wasn't at Target, was it?
Yes, it was at Target, and it was $500 off. I didn't go buy it. I was just looking. I be looking at that stuff because it goes on sale.
We still supposed to be boycotting them, ma'am.
I done lost it now.
Oh.
That's all your fault.
Oh, who fault?
Yours.
How's it my fault? What I do?
It's not on there no more. It was like you saved $500. Not on there no more. Damn. A missed opportunity. I know we're boycotting, but technically, if a blender costs $500 and they're selling it for $70, they didn't make any money off of that blender. They actually lost money, right?
They just probably trying to get people to come back. That's all.
Huh?
I said they probably just trying to get people to come back.
It didn't work. They might be the next one to go out of business. I'm not even. This is terrible. Like, it's pretty bad. The economy is down. Gas prices are up. I might have to reevaluate which games I'm going to. I'm still going to Vegas though. Natasha, look up iPhone settlement. It's due on the 30th. I want to say that's the deadline. I don't care about you being bored. Go eat your food and we're going to bed after I get off of here. You are not playing no video games. See, when he's plays video games and stuff. Here it is right here. I'll share this with you all. Apple is facing a $95 million settlement related to allegations that Siri recordings were captured when users hadn't intentionally activated the voice assistant The settlement is a result of a class action lawsuit, Lopez v. Apple, which alleges the Apple devices with Siri listened to and recorded private conversations when users didn't activate the assistant. To be eligible for compensation, you must have owned a Siri-enabled Apple device in the U.S. between September 17, 2014 and December 31st, 2025. The deadline to file the claim is July 2nd. I don't own about.
I don't own like 3 of them.
Man, what? I don't owned about. I don't even know how many I've owned.
And I got this one on Christmas 3 years ago. Let me go find that thing.
Let me see where it's at. Here it is right here. You guys, it is very important that you do this. Now, some of you guys have to check your emails because they've sent out settlement information to you. But even if you don't, you damn sure can still you can apply, and you need to do it this week. And if you have like on your iCloud, you know, sometimes people remove them, sometimes they don't. But if you didn't remove any of your iPhones, Android phones have a lifespan of a Chipotle bowl. I dropped it, Miss Natasha. So go to there, and some people have their phones still on there or their iPads or whatever. You can get some of your information off of there. It'll have the IMEI number and the type of phone you had. I have like literally 5 phones on there, and those are not even the only phones that I've had. I've had so many phones, it's ridiculous. Oh, Jerome said iPhones are as reliable as IHL.
Oh my God.
Android versus iPhone war. That was something I did not expect. They sent me an email. Okay, nephew, make sure you fill it out. For me, I think they sent me the email, but I probably accidentally deleted it. But yeah, you can look for the settlement information because sometimes
I probably sent it to my spam folder. I'm going to go back and look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened with me too. My ex had 4 different Androids while we were dating. We were together 5 months. What? Y'all was hating on Android. Android over janky ass iPhone all day. I've had an iPhone all my life.
I've owned the Android, but ever since I moved to iPhone, it's just an iPhone all day.
Yeah. So you guys make sure that you fill out this information. I have iPhones that, you know, it's ridiculous how many iPhones I have. Here's one right here. Got one right here. Look, this one's broken. It's broken.
All right, so Willie, you said coconut water and what else?
Coconut water, a pinch of some type of special salt, and then muddled fruit, like you said, a blender, not a blender, but a drainer. That's not an iPhone. Anyway, I got iPhones on top of it. Android has never let me down. A pack of blue Kool-Aid. But anyway.
Hey, Tamana, drop that link. Because I need Dre to come up here real quick. Yeah, come on up here, Dre.
Dre's not gonna come up here.
Yes, he will. Come on up here, Dre. Because let me tell you about him real quick.
Celtic salt. Celtic. Let me Google Celtic salt.
Man, look, I be trying to scroll up, but she be highlighting the chat. I can't.
Celtic salt is a type of sea salt primarily harvested from the coastal region of Brittany, France. Okay, well, let me put it back up there. I'm gonna scroll up there and do it. T, don't listen to Jay. That means
nah. She need to listen to me. Let me tell you about this man. So I tried to called this man. What was that? I think it was either earlier today or late last night. This man just kept ignoring me. Yo, this man is so funny right here. Like, I just don't understand why. Like, he just do me so wrong. Like, this man said he gonna call ICE on me, y'all. I didn't even do nothing. Yo, Tamara, he be doing me so bad. I don't do nothing.
Why would he say ICE?
Because I was calling him and he wouldn't answer.
Are you Latina descent?
No, I'm an indigenous.
Oh, I get mine from Whole Foods. Oh, wait. Okay.
Look, Dre, I just got off work. That's why I called you that early.
So, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Jay called me at like 2:00 in the morning. I wasn't up when he called me though. Or I was looking at my phone like, oh, okay. I know that you had just got off work though, so you still be up. Folks be asleep.
I be forgetting about that sometimes though. So I gotta keep that in mind.
I am definitely a foundational indigenous Black American. I'm FIBA, foundational indigenous Black American.
Yes, Dre. I be getting off work, taking care of them chickens, quote unquote. I can't say the actual word because of YouTube guidelines. So
okay, so I need to go to Whole Foods. Let me see where Celtic salt is. Oh, I see it. Celtic sea salt is. Oh, they have it at Walmart.
oh, okay. I'm right around the corner from Walmart.
I
I'll go
think
there
it is-
tomorrow.
Okay, you guys want to know another natural food that we have? It's or a natural supplement. It's from my grandma. Apple cider vinegar and raw honey with water. She swears by it. It's it helps you get energy and it's supposed to help with weight loss. Jay, nephew, drop your link in the chat, nephew.
You said drop my what?
Drop your link for your video from
Oh,
today.
okay.
Raw honey and what? Apple cider vinegar and water. My grandma swears by
Can't do
it.
apple EST.
It's not supposed to taste good. What are you drinking over there?
Ooh.
It may help
Talking about me?
alleviate seasonal allergies and cold symptoms. Both honey and apple cider vinegar are considered natural antimicrobials. Apple cider vinegar blend with honey. So yeah.
Here's the upload from today, y'all.
It helps with your blood sugar too. I don't know why you wide awake, because we are definitely going to bed after this.
I mean, you said he fell asleep like 4 hours ago.
He's still going to
bushy
sleep.
tailed.
He can sit there in the dark looking at the and looking at his nightlight. He's not getting ready to be up. It just depends on how strong you want. I would suggest, because it has cleansing properties for your bowels, I would suggest with maybe a tablespoon to begin with, and then to your liking. Ed said tap water ain't never did me wrong. Nothing wrong with a little fluoride. See, there's something wrong with Ed.
I can't do tap water, sorry.
Be careful with consuming apple cider vinegar, can mess up tooth immune. That's why you're supposed to use it with the straw, ain't it, Whitley? You're supposed to drink it with a straw. Braxton, we were sleeping at the same time. The Texas heat whipped me out. And I'm sure that's what it was for Braxton, because I took him to the farmer's market earlier this morning. And then he was hot, so we went on the inside. And then he went back outside and played a little bit.
It was so hot today. Like, it was crazy.
Okay, Mr. Moore does a tablespoon or a teaspoon. You said a teaspoon. A teaspoon of apple cider vinegar with a half a cup of water to start the day. Yeah, cleansing properties.
I got some detox tea. I haven't been drinking it lately.
Mix the apple cider vinegar and honey with your juice in the morning. Ooh. Even with the straw, the acidity level is extremely high to consume straight. Yeah, you're supposed to dilute it with the water and the honey.
I used to take some apple cider vinegar tablets to help burn stomach fat. Yeah, you can get it. Work? You can get it at Walmart or Walgreens or somewhere.
It work. I need to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Does that work? Otherwise, I'm gonna just put my waist trainer on. Are you ready for bed? Tell everybody good night.
I'm ready for bed. I'm just ready to go home. I'm tired.
Say good night.
Huh? Buenas noches.
They might not see you for another 3 weeks. Say good night.
Good night,
chat. Oh, you want to sing? Oh, sing that song for them. What song?
T. louder.
No, I don't want to, because I want them to guess what you're singing. Go ahead.
I think she said. Tickle.
Oh, nah, Dre, I hit that roll as soon as that man got done.
Natural is always better. They even sell the little bottle of ACV, like 5 energy, that you can pack for 1,000. Go ahead. Sing it out loud. Like you're at a show. No? Okay.
Going 90 in the 70 all the way down to Macomb.
See? Okay, Shaddur Jr. How fast was you going?
What'd you just call me?
Shaddur Jr.
That is wild.
Look, you too? You want to be in the F1 video? F1 the movie. It's coming out soon. Why are you driving 90 and a 70? It's a race car movie with Brad Pitt and David.
Dre, if you don't hush, I swear.
Yes, Jay Sanders.
You know what?
Over there driving 90 and a 70. Are you crazy?
No, I was ready to go home.
Why are you driving that fast?
I was trying to get home.
At least it wasn't 100. Good Lord.
I think I pushed 100 a couple of times, but I had to slow down. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Because Mississippi Highway Patrol, they did not play, so I stood down. I stood down.
Apparently, Ohio State Police or those folks don't play either. Be safe, folks speeding over 100. That's not safe for your life or anyone that you could hit. Yeah, just reach Bush T, Ginger T. I didn't stop speeding. He felt that wheel shake at 100 miles per hour.
You ain't lying, Ed. You are not lying.
Oh!
Was I trying to get to a what?
Trying to catch a bunny as well, nephew.
Oh my God.
Was you chasing a bunny? Oh, a bunny hop with it. Hit it. Ah, now that is a Jackson. That is a Jackson State classic. Bunny hop with it. With it. A bunny hop. Do you know what song I'm singing? Do you know what song I'm singing? The bunny hop.
The bunny hop song?
Do you know what song I'm singing?
I thought I did, but I might be thinking about something else.
It's a Jackson State classic to dance or to step to Bunny Hop. Mind you, I was always
Don't the Boom
offbeat.
play that song?
I don't know, but I was always offbeat, but I was having fun.
I'm probably thinking about the Boom song. I don't know if that's the same song you talking
When
about.
I notice I'm over 100, I thank the Lord that a police didn't catch me before I recognize it. I usually try to
See, I be smart when I'm speeding. Like when I be coming up to one of those little things where official vehicles be parked at, I always slow down just in time so they don't ever catch me.
I use Waze. They're real good at telling you where the secret police are.
Okay, Willie. Okay, so that's the same song. Okay, that's the same song.
Maybe I was singing it wrong. Look, we made it through a live without Mr. Ford asking me to play a song.
Right. I just knew he was gonna ask you. I just knew he was gonna ask you.
I use cruise control. Yep. Use cruise control. A bunny hop with it. I will listen to that song when we get off of here. Braxton was singing NSYNC, and I was like, "Where did you learn that at?" But he won't sing it right now. He's acting shy.
Oh, that's the song you want him to sing.
Yes, he sung it. He knows an NSYNC.
Bye.
I said, "Where did you learn that at?"
Right, where you learn that? That's when that song came out. Was that before my time too?
2002, when you was born.
Oh, that came out when I was born. What you know about that, Braxton?
Where you was born. Sing it.
Over there just giggling and laughing.
Are you gonna sing it? You're not. There's nobody there.
Did you just say he's shy?
Yes, we're literally looking.
You ain't shy. You are not shy.
Go ahead and sing. Okay, he's playing. If I get caught if I go 5 over the limit, I don't even bother anymore. We can't hear you. I'm doing this tonight.
You're probably gonna start a fight. No, this can be right. Hey, baby, come on. I love you endlessly, but you weren't there for me. Now it's time to leave and make it alone. I know that I can't take no more, and it ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye. You won't be fool for you. Just another player in the game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye. You really wanna make it tough? I just want to tell you that I had enough.
Might sound crazy, but
it ain't no lie, baby.
Bye. Do you see how he knows all the lyrics? Weren't even born.
Where you learned that song from?
Oh my gosh, that was so long ago. I was like 12 or 13 years old when that came out. Why can't he sing some black groups?
I was in diapers.
Why can't he sing some black groups? Jamal, I don't know.
Jamal.
He came home singing. Do you know any
Jamal.
black songs?
You know Blackstreet?
Yep.
I'm so glad I went to JSU. I'm so glad.
Dre, you finna get put in timeout.
JSU. To JSU, singing glory, hallelujah.
Woo! There we go. That's black enough for you, Jamal. New edition Sly Stone.
Dre over here being messy again.
Oh Lord. Oh God.
Oh my God, my audio went out again. All right, I guess
it didn't. I can hear
this
you.
thing telling me it's time to go. So
I can hear you.
Some folks in their chat are squirming in there.
I'll probably just call you after this. Ain't no telling.
Okay.
Okay.
Say bye.
Bye, everybody.
Y'all. He just came home singing that. Like, where did you even learn that at? You've been watching them YouTube videos, haven't you? Why your daddy's not supervising. You was watching a YouTube video. Where did you find that NSYNC video at? Right. He went over there. He knows, and he knows some of them songs too, don't you? What's that song you were singing? Huh? What keys?
No. Oh my.
Sing it.
What song?
Keys.
What song's that?
I don't know. You just said you got the keys. I don't know that song. How does that go?
I just put it on earlier.
Oh, okay. Does he know any Blackstreet, Sound of Blackness, Mississippi Mass Choir? Look now, y'all not gonna keep doing my baby. All I know is that he went with his daddy and he came back singing NSYNC. I don't know where he got it. Oh, please don't sing that. Y'all have a good night. Please don't sing that. Good night.
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I follow the clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so this day? But He knows one thing for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord.